at this time in my life, my husband and I have one daughter. We've been married 32 years. We have one daughter. She's 27 years old. And at this time in my life that I'm talking about now, she was headed off to college. You call it uni here? Okay. She was headed off to uni. And she was headed to Minnesota. I live in Seattle. And that's about 1,500 miles away. And I don't know what that is in kilometers, but it's a long ways away. And my husband and I really had a tough time because we were very close to our daughter, and she was our only child, and we were empty nesters overnight. On top of her leaving home, 2 days after she left, my mother called. I have a younger brother who had been a cocaine addict and an alcoholic since he was about 18. And I'd been praying for years that my mother, who was his enabler, would be ready to do an intervention. And she was never ready until 2 days after our daughter went to college. Wonderful timing, right? I'm like, God, you have a great sense of humor here. So I went into a pretty deep depression between missing our daughter, and the intervention did not go well, and it was just a mess of a time. And I had this full practice, and yet I wasn't even wanting to get out of bed to serve my clients. And I got a phone call from a friend of mine who knew that I was having a tough time. And she was calling to see how I was doing. And I cried on her shoulders, had a good pity party for myself for about 10 minutes. And then I said, how have you been? And this woman's daughter had committed suicide 3 years prior. So I had had a 3-year period of time where I had helped her through a very, very rough time. And now it was my turn. Well, she started telling me about this greeting card company called Send Out Cards. And I thought, wow, this woman's out selling greeting cards now. Something is really wrong. But she said, no, I want to show you. And so I had her show me, and she helped me send a card to my husband. And when I sent it, I said, wow, I really like this. But this is the thing that was the most powerful that she did. She said, I want you to promise me that for the next 7 days, the first thing you do, you get up and you send a card of gratitude to someone you care about. Will you promise me? Not feeling very grateful. Yeah, I guess I could do that. And so I did. In the next 7 days, I dragged myself out of bed, drag myself downstairs into my office, slump into my chair, and sit there and think, what am I grateful for? And each day, I thought of someone that I was grateful for eventually, and I sent him a card. Felt a little better. By the end of 7 days, my depression had lifted, and I came to learn just how powerful gratitude is in our lives. And no matter what's going on, we all have something we can be grateful for. And what we focus on is what expands in our life. What we send out comes back. And so we're going to be talking about that today.